I'm Matt and I'd like to welcome you to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I use this RakeMaster Grapple to remove the weeds from around our backyard pond. Now if you've ever removed weeds with a rake from around your backyard pond, you probably have an idea how much fun it is, or maybe not so much fun. But this RakeMaster Grapple makes it so much easier. I've done several videos on the grapple and other implements, but I've never seen anybody use a grapple for cleaning the weeds out from around the pond. So I thought I'd take a few minutes and shoot a video to show you how much helpful and useful the RakeMaster Grapple can be. I use our tools and equipment in a fashion that I am comfortable with. Make sure you follow all manufacturer's safety instructions with the equipment and tools that you use, because failure to do so could result in serious bodily injury or death. Here I'm doing two things with this pond rake. One, I'm showing you how much fun it really is to remove these weeds with a rake, or at least move them. And two, I'm moving them so that I can grab them with a grapple a little bit better and pull them out of the pond, because I don't want to drive the tractor down too far into the pond because there's some muck in the pond and I don't want to get the tractor stuck. Using the RakeMaster Grapple is so much easier. I've raked up enough of this stuff that I know that this one load from the grapple would take me well over an hour to remove with a rake manually. But with the grapple, you don't even really break a sweat. It does help if you remember to put it back in second gear from third from transporting the material around. Here I'm trying to shake some of the mud out. It really doesn't work so good with this clay because it kind of sticks and doesn't want to come out of the weeds. Here I'm removing a little maple stump that was next to the pond. And then here in a minute I'm going to remove a maple tree from around the pond because they're too close together. Made short work of the little stump, and it makes short work of the little maple tree. It didn't pull the whole stump out. I'll cut it off flush because I don't want to mess up the root system of the bald cypress tree that's sitting next to it. And you still have to go back and clean some of it up with a rake. It's amazing some of the junk that I find around the pond. This is a piece of glass. I kind of wonder if people were throwing bottles in the pond and shooting them. But you can use the RakeMaster Grapple to get the majority of the material out of the way, and then clean the last little bit up with a rake, which is a lot easier than doing it all with the rake. This is a big clump of clay, just throwing it back in the pond. This is not a lined pond, it's just a hole dug next to our swamp. It was here when we bought the property, and we really enjoy this piece of property, and that's why I'm not too concerned about using the grapple to pull these weeds out. If it was a lined pond, I'd be concerned. I see a lot of animals when I'm working around my pond, like snakes and frogs and turtles and even a 10-foot alligator every once in a while, and the otters come and visit us, and if you've watched our videos, you've probably seen most of those animals. But I never would have expected to see a mouse, especially a mouse that, instead of running down the shoreline to get away from me, dove into the pond with his little paws put in front of him just like an Olympic swimmer diving into a swimming pool. It was pretty funny, and I wish the video was clearer, but you can kind of see it here. These are a couple pieces of glass that I found around the pond now that it's dried out some. And I'm kind of thinking people were throwing bottles in the pond and then shooting them because the cap is still on them. As you can see, the pond looks a whole lot better now that I've cleaned up this section. I do have a little bit more work to do. And you do have to go back behind, like I said in the video, with a rake and clean things up because the grapple doesn't get everything. But it sure does make it a lot more accessible to myself as well as the wildlife that I'd like to see around the pond. Because the wildlife is one thing we haven't seen around the pond quite so much since the weeds grew up around the pond. And it's something we kind of miss, and that's partly why I cleaned it up. Additionally, the weeds that I removed are an invasive species that are supposed to be detrimental to a pond. I'm not a pond guy, but I'm trying to learn as much as I can. If you know more about ponds and how I can make this pond a much better place for my wildlife, please leave a comment in the comment section. This section over here I had to do all by hand, but fortunately because it was in the shade, it really wasn't that bad. And please forgive the duckweed. This time of year with all of the leaves and pine needles that fall in the pond, it's almost inevitable that we do get some duckweed, and I still have this section over here from about there over to there to clean up. Some of it I'll be able to get with the tractor once that section over there dries up a little bit, but for now, this is what I've been able to get done. If you can recommend some native plants, please leave a comment in the comment section because I'd like to make this into a much more beautiful place. It's interesting that most people that watch my videos aren't subscribers, but if you do want to help the channel out, please like and subscribe because that does help the algorithm and get the video to more people. And if you enjoy the content, you might want to share it with somebody else. So thanks for watching, and may you have an awesome day.